was given this bandsaw and all these accessories. I know it's been used a lot because I knew the person that gave it to me. This was giving me a load of blades that have been used. Lots of unused blades. Extra wheels, don't know what they're for. Another one there, that's a metal one, don't know what that's for. A load of belts, don't know what they're for. A mitre gauge, which slots in here. It's a bit wobbly, probably be adjusted, but it is a bit wobbly. A fence that wobbles and doesn't tighten. The blade doesn't look like it's actually in the right place, or at least the little things aren't in the right place that hold it all together, so the thrust bearing's not up against this, and these aren't next to the blade either, and this is all a bit wobbly. Seems to have quite a large motor on it, although I don't know how big. I'm going to see if I can get this working. I did turn it on and the blade just slipped off, so I think there's something wrong with the tracking, so I need to look at that. That's probably going to be the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to tidy it up, just make it dust free to start with, so I'm not getting too grubby while I'm working on it. Just see if it's worth actually restoring and using. Okay, so this is looking from the back side. This knob here is the tensioning knob. I think it moves this up and down. This knob is the tracking knob, and this knob moves this bit up and down. I don't know what that bit's called, but it moves it up and down. Also, there's a label, or part of a label on here. I think that's basically saying it's 240 volts, 50 hertz, 255 watts, and it's got some blade speeds there as well, and it's got the address. You can see that it's been well used. These knobs are quite, corrosion's the right word, but they seem to be they seem to be sort of perishing, so I might have to do something about those knobs if I decide to keep it. Okay, I've got the front off, and it's not sheet steel, it's cast aluminium, which is what the manual said, so it is quite solid. These things that hold the front on are dreadful. See, they're pretty mashed up, and they're just horrible to use. I think I'll 3D print, if I decide to keep it, I'll 3D print these to make them into knobs, so they work the same way but are knobs rather than these dreadful things that you're supposed to put a large screwdriver in. So looking underneath the table, these wing nuts look like the only things that are holding this table on. So the table's off, time for a clean up. I broke the guard taking it off. You can see that the plastic's perished. It was here, held on with a couple of rivets, and you can see that it was on its way out. Luckily it's quite a simple piece of plastic, and I think I can 3D print a replacement quite easily. So the top half's looking a bit cleaner, and the way this works is it goes this way round. This nut goes in there and holds it in this slot. Then this knob goes on there and pulls this up and down, and the pulley's got a bolt that screws into there, and then the tracking is basically just a nut that pushes against this and alters the angle of the pulley. So it's quite a unique, it's not dramatically unique, it's quite a interesting design, and it seems quite sturdy as well. So I'll put this bit back together now that I know how it works and what it's doing, and it's all clean at this end. It's looking a lot cleaner now. I'm going to put the blade back on and see if I can get it tracking properly. So I've 3D printed a new part for this broken piece. This is what it looks like. It's got the initials of the person who gave me the bandsaw on it, so that I remember them. And now I'm just tapping into this aluminium block so that I can screw it, rather than using the rivets and riveting it back on. I can screw it in with some nuts, some bolts. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've fitted the new guard. I'm now going to make some new knobs, and then I'm going to put it all back together. This thrust bearing was completely seized. I've soaked it in turpentine, giving it a good shake around, and it's got rid of all of the gunk that was in it. I think it was just sawdust and stuff. It now spins freely. I've made changes to the tracking so the blade now stays on, and I've adjusted the blade guide. These two bolts hold the bed onto the saw, and there was quite a lot of sawdust between here and the bed, which I think was making it wobble, and this one was also loose, which obviously would have made it wobble as well. So I've tightened this up, I've cleaned all this out, and hopefully now when I put the bed back on it'll be nice and tight. I've designed and printed a zero clearance insert using my 3D printer. It's come out quite nicely, and it's the same colour yellow as obviously the other bits that I've printed, so it's going to look quite nice, and it replaces this mangled one. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's come very well. It's perfectly flat, which is excellent. I'm very happy with it. The surface of this wheel was quite mangled, so I swapped it with this one down here. So I've got the mangled one here and the one that's in good nick here. Hopefully that will make a difference to the performance of the saw overall. So to replace these horrible clips, which were terrible, I've made a nut and a bolt. There's a nut in the bottom there, there's a bolt in there, that goes in there like that, and then the bolt simply connects to it like so. There we go. So it turns out this mitre gauge isn't actually for this saw. This was wobbling around. It doesn't wobble anymore. I've just put a little bit of tape down the sides and it no longer wobbles but moves quite smoothly. I've also 3D printed a zero clearance insert, the blade guard, these nuts and bolts that hold the front on when you need to change the blade. There's some more there and some more down there. I've 3D printed all of the knobs, so all these knobs and the knobs on the back have all been 3D printed. They're all roughly the same dimensions as the original knobs, but they look a lot nicer because they're not perished. And now I'll give you a demo of the saw actually in use. So that's the restoration of my Burgess BK3 Plus bandsaw. I have to say I'm a lot more positive about the bandsaw than when I started the project. I think actually it's a pretty good tool for a small workshop. I'm pleased that I've managed to get it back up to good working order. If you've enjoyed this video, please press the thumbs up. If you loved it, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.